When the armored dude thinks he is untouchable.
Nothing will stop me from touching you.
How do some people just keep getting scammed? I mean, bro, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm immune to some sweet-tongued vixen dropping honey down my ears. But some people just have it happen to them multiple times in the weirdest ways. After the first or second or third time your uncle picks you up from school, you're meant to learn not to get in the white van. But some people, in spite of obvious warning signs, want to believe in the thing they're being told so badly that they're willing to throw their hands up in the air and say, yeah, let's go on this roller coaster ride. And today we're gonna be discussing such an individual whose wanderlust kinda got the better of them. I'd like you to meet Michaela, presumably 30-year-old single mother from Kentucky. I don't like to point fingers at people's personalities and state what they are, but let's just say if you went through your tool shed and you were looking for an axe to cut some wood, you would stumble across Michaela as the hammer. And that's because, and I say this with the utmost respect I can possibly afford, Michaela's a dumbass hoe. Because somehow Michaela was tricked into believing that she was dating the hot boy from Stranger Things, who I am now just finding out he is Australian, and of course he is, with a real name like Dacre. Oi, Dacre! We're gonna go throw rocks off the overpass at oncoming cars. Come on, you bogan. No, I can't. I've got this Stranger Things audition. I'll meet you after for the In Your Room beating to death competition. Alright, that's fine, Dacre. But you better do some hate crimes on the indigenous people on your way over. Sorry guys, I got lost in the character. I bet you thought I was a genuine bona fide Australian there. Sometimes when you get lost in the mental state of a people who permanently sound like they have a wad of gum in their mouth, you can experience a little bit of brain rot yourself. Just like Michaela did for interacting with someone who was even just pretending to be an Aussie. So the question you might be asking yourself at this point is, okay, I understand that she got tricked by a guy who was pretending to be Dacre, but that doesn't answer the question of how. Well, I'll tell you, but trust me, I'm gonna prefix this by saying it's not gonna make you feel sympathetic for Michaela at all. Apparently, while muddling online one day, Michaela stumbled upon an artist board. In this board, people gather around and discuss various online artistry things, such as whether or not the animation style for the new Powerpuff Girls is adequate, and whether or not it's still appropriate for plus-size girls to get Jack Skellington tattoos, amongst other things. Whilst admiring and critiquing other people's arts on this board, Michaela decided to start messaging other people for collaborative experiences, and or just to have buddies to chat to. One such individual was the famous Australian actor Dacre, or at least the guy pretending to be him. Seems very unlikely, of course, but not impossible. I mean, celebrities like myself constantly make up pseudonyms just to get around the paparazzi. The amount of fake names and prop mustaches I've had to put on just to get into elementary schools will shock you. After weeks of shooting messages back and forth, most of which were incredibly sexual and terrifyingly graphic, the pair found themselves at a bit of a crossroads. Sure, it was all going smooth and well, and sure, even by Michaela's own admission, the scammer refused to show his face or even talk to her on the phone, but nonetheless, the scammer had the cojones and the nutsack to ask a very important question. Michaela, what exactly are we? The cheeky shit scammer who was defrauding this woman, I'm not gonna say poor because she deserves all of this, had the gall to ask her what exactly their relationship status was. So we like boyfriend and girlfriend for real? Or can I go like pretend to be other people with other women? Now thankfully, upon hearing this question, Michaela's sensible nature finally started to kick in. And she finally came to the realization that, oh my god, wait a minute, I haven't met this person, I haven't spoken to this person, and they've not verified the fact that they are Dacre, or however you pronounce his name. I'm gonna call him Montgomery, it's easier. And when she finally wrestled with this question, she came to the only solid conclusion that she could. I would love to be your baby girl. Yeah, the silly whore! In spite of not having any verification that this lad is who he says he is, Michaela decided that her best course of action would be not blowing this shot, her one and only shot with a famous Hollywood celebrity, and therefore decided that it'd probably be best to cement their relationship status as boyfriend and girlfriend. I can only imagine the scammer was going around telling all of his friends, I have a girlfriend! For a time, this relationship was fine, but as my father used to say for his 10-minute visits every 5 years, all things that are kind of okay have to come to an end, buddy. And soon there was trouble in paradise. A Shakespearean plot twist, even. My girl, Michaela, was married the entire time she was trying to get in Mr. Montgomery's pants. A man who she had kids with, I might remind you. At some point in this relationship, the scammer gave Michaela an ultimatum. I told her to decide between him or her husband. What an asshole! He's already catfishing this poor woman. He's already taking her for a ride. But no, you have to be exclusive to me. Oh, it's a cold world, my friend. Can you guess who Michaela chose? Her loving husband of many years? No, dude, the guy she was talking to online that she hadn't even met. She was quoted as saying, "So I told my ex-husband it's not working out. You're not letting me be me. You're not letting me be free. So I think you need to leave." Alright, she wrote that down. Within 2 months, he was gone. Now, Michaela did try to justify the reason why she got involved with this scammer and why she thought he was the legit thing, and she had 2 main points of evidence. One being that the alleged Montgomery scammer knew details about episodes of Stranger Things before it even came out, which in her mind was impossible to fake because such a well-written and excellently executed show could not have any predictable plot lines. And the other reason is apparently Montgomery, the real Montgomery, had recently published his own book of poems, and the scammer allegedly mimicked the style of poem writing in order to trick her. Side tangent before we carry on here. To Montgomery, the real Montgomery. First of all, you're hot, so shut the hell up. Second of all, you're Australian, so shut the hell up more. I don't expect an Aussie to be deep and meaningful. I expect you to go out on the Melbourne Strip with your friends Drago, Mago, and Fago and play some kind of vaguely gay game that you're all too old to do anyway. Oi, Drago, look down at your foot, mate. Fago, stop mashing your cock on me foot. Eventually, the scammer managed to work up the courage to begin asking Michaela for some money. Money, you might ask yourself, puzzled. Well, he's a Hollywood actor who's appeared on one of the most popular television shows of all time, Stranger Things. Why would he be hurting for cash? Well, as the scammer explained, Montgomery's girlfriend, someone named Liv, a woman who is so pretty that I would live and die just for the chance to sniff the seat that she sat on, well, she had control of Montgomery's finances because of a joint account. And therefore, if Montgomery was to be with Michaela, he needed a little cash to get to her. She also clarified the reason that she so readily believed this excuse was because apparently her ex-husband was very controlling of the finances. And I gotta be honest with you, good. Michaela seems unbelievably irresponsible with money, and it would not surprise me at all that she lives outside of her means and doesn't think of the consequences. I remember I once dated a woman who said I was financially controlling, to which I agreed because I would rather eat a sandwich for dinner rather than a £150 candle. So how much exactly did Michaela end up sending him? Well, only a few small amounts of $100 to $200. But unfortunately, over time, that ended up being 10 grand in total. The cost of a used car in America. Obviously, we wouldn't be talking about this story if Michaela didn't eventually find out that she was being tricked. After all, the money was sent and the guy got away scot-free anyway. So what did she have to say about the experience as a whole? If you're someone like me, you're afraid of abandonment and you're a real big people pleaser. And you're very codependent. These scammers, they just kind of come in and leech off that. I know that she got ripped off of a bunch of money, but this lady wanted to commit double infidelity. Not only on her own husband, but she wanted to screw off the actor's real girlfriend. Bitch, f*** you. You deserve that money being stolen. Codependence afoot. People pleasers afoot. Yay is a dumb just like I know that you aren't because you're already illegally subscribed to Dino. Normally I would say at the end of this, guys, please be careful. But honestly, on God, if you're getting scammed this way, that money was never yours to begin with. You absolute dunce. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.